Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Baking Diva. Are you wondering why I have this hat on? You know I like to get in character for my videos whenever I can. So there's either two reasons. It's Memorial Day weekend, happy Memorial Day weekend, or I'm having a very bad hair day. Or it could be both, and that's what I'm guessing. Today, I'm going to make something special for you. My version of it is, I think, a hack. But it doesn't have to be a hack. It depends on, whatever way you want to make it. So we're going to get started. This cake I'm making for you is called a Patriotic Polka-Dot cake. That's right. And I have a very easy version of it. And it's only Friday. You have 3 more days after today to enjoy the holiday weekend, so you still have time to make it. So let's get started. Are you ready, cameraman?
Go for it, Diva.
Alrighty. The first thing you're going to need is 1 box of red velvet cake mix. Yes, it does have to be red velvet because patriotic colors are red, white, and blue. So let me just empty the package of cake mix into my electric mixer. Because red velvet, it isn't like a bright red, it's more of a darker red. But it doesn't matter as long as we have a red. Now, you have the directions for the cake mix on the box. We're just going to make a little change. So it does call for 3 large eggs, which is what I have here. So I'm going to put those in. It calls for, I believe it's, yes, 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. And it tells you that right on the package. The only change we're going to make is, on the package, it tells you to use 1 cup of water. We're not using water. We're substituting the water for 1 cup of buttermilk. I happen to have this Katie's Creamery real buttermilk because the cameraman went to the store for me and it's the only one they had there. But any brand buttermilk is fine. So we're going to put this 1 cup of buttermilk into the mixture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it just as I would a regular cake mix. I have already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. Now while my cake mix is beating, I'm going to take a 9-inch, actually an 8-inch would be perfect, but I only have 9-inch, so I'm using my 9-inch, springform pan. What you're going to do is you're going to put parchment paper on the bottom. I love these pieces of parchment paper that come already cut in the packages. They're great for the round ones. So I'm putting the round piece of parchment paper in there. And then while my mixer's going, I'm going to spray the sides and the bottom of the pan. Yes, I am going to spray over the parchment. So let's get started. I'm putting this on medium. And I'm spraying my pan. I'm going to spray the sides also. I'm using Pam. You can use any cooking spray that you want. Whoa, this red velvet is a nice deep red, like a burgundy color. It looks so good. And it smells good. So tell me, while this is a whipping up, do you like my hat? Let me know in the comments column if you do. Give me a thumbs up. It's looking good. I'm going to stop that for a minute while I tell you what else we're going to need. And this is my hack part of this recipe. You're going to need about 16 donut holes. You know what a donut hole is. They're cooked and they're the middle of the donut. These are more like the cake-like donut holes. These are not like those airy yeast ones. Now, they have a lot of cake pans out there to make the donut holes in. You can make your own donut holes. It has to be with the vanilla cake mix, so it's white inside. Or, if you want to do a hack like me, I bought these donut holes in the store. Now, you can try Dunkin' Donuts. You don't want the glazed ones, though. The cinnamon might alter the flavor a little bit, but I bought mine in a bake shop, and I just told them I wanted 1.5 dozen of the plain donut holes. But buy them or bake them, whatever you prefer. So we are going to use these. I'm going to keep these aside while I just finish whipping up this red velvet cake mix. So I hope everybody's having a great weekend. We've had very, very weird weather here. The weather's been sunny, and then it's been raining, and now today, I don't know, cameraman, can you see out the window?
Oh yeah.
What's it look like out there?
Cloudy.
Cloudy. And we had a little sun before, and now it's supposed to rain tonight. I think it's going to be fair Saturday and Sunday, but then of course we're expecting rain on Monday, of course. Mother Nature is having, I think, a change of life she's going through. And we're in the Northeast here. So in the Northeast we have a very short summer. So we really look for our spring and summer. And I feel like we're not even having a spring, right, cameraman?
Correct.
Looks like we're going straight from winter into summer. That's what it seems like anyway. All right, this is looking good. I still haven't figured out how to speed up my editing to not have you listen to this. That's why I'm talking a whole lot while it's whipping. And the cameraman is over there rolling his eyes and making faces. It's very distracting. So cameraman, cut it. All right, this looks good to me. I'm gonna get my handy-dandy spatula out and turn my mixer off.
Oh, Diva, by the way, where did you get those donut holes?
I bought them at a local bake shop. It's called Glaze, but not everyone has Glaze. This is a local bake shop. That's why I wasn't going to mention it, cameraman. But yeah, mine was at a local bake shop called Glaze. I know Entenmann sells the little donut holes, and like I say, look around, ask your baker, or just make them yourself. But in the past, I made a beautiful polka dot cake, and all of the polka dots in there were different colors. And I made them all myself, and it came out beautiful. If I can find a picture, I might even put it at the end of the video for you. But like I say, this is my hack, my version of it. And just put this on here. And I just wanted to do something quick. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take just 1/3 of your cake batter and you're going to put it in the pan. You notice you don't hear too much of the birds. The cameraman put them away. We have one inside our enclosed back porch and one is in another room. They just get crazy. And I know you all think they're cute, but oh, it's hard sometimes. You can't even hear yourself think. So I'm putting 1/3 of the mixture in the bottom of the pan. Just spreading it out with my spatula. That's about 1/3. Now can you guess what we're doing next? We're going to take 8 of our donut holes and I'm going to place the donut holes around the cake pan. I'm going to leave a space in there and I'll try to hold it up and show you. Just going to put them gently into the cake batter. Make a pattern. I still hear Pee-wee, my parrot, yelling in there. She's too much. She hears my voice. She wants to be in the video. So this is what I did. Let me try to hold it up and show you. Here we go. I don't know if you can catch this, cameraman, without them sliding all over. Can you see this? Yeah. Okay. Now can you guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to put another third of the batter on top of these donut holes to cover it. Just smooth it all around because you need to have those donut holes covered with batter. It did call for an 8-inch pan, but I didn't have one. I actually had 2 9-inch ones, so I hope it's not going to make a difference. You don't want to have any bubbles in there, so I'm just going to tap it for a minute. It's always good to tap your pan. You can get rid of a lot of the bubbles in there. Okay. I don't want to use too much because I need to have the rest to put on top. But you do need to cover these donut holes. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. I think I like it. So does anyone have any plans for Memorial Day weekend? We haven't made any yet, honestly. Anything you want to do, cameraman?
Yeah, I think I'll read a Dickens novel over the weekend. Great Expectations.
Okay, cameraman, will you be reading that alone? Because I won't be with you. I'll be doing something fun. I don't know what yet, but fun. Okay, cameraman. Whoopsie. I'm going to lift this up, the pan, just so you can see that I covered all the donut holes. You see that?
It looks like meatballs.
It does. It looks like meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Now I'm going to take the rest of my donut holes and I'm going to place them in between the others. You don't want to put them on top. So you're just going to place them where the others are not. I think I actually have an extra one.
Could you give it to me?
Sure. I'll throw it over to you in a minute.
Oh, please don't throw it over.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I have an extra. Because actually, it calls for about 16. Just want to make sure I get them in the right places. Let's see. I think that looks pretty good.
Here I am waiting.
Put one over here in the middle.
Here I am waiting.
I think that looks good. Let me hold this up, cameraman, so everybody can see. Here you go. Okay. All right. Now, honestly, I was going to give this to the cameraman, but I don't know. I think I need another one in here since I have it. Let me just look and see. No, I guess I'll give it to him. You ready, cameraman?
Hit me, Yogi Berra.
Catch! He caught it. Woohoo! There, he's got it.
There it is.
Okay,
right
so
there.
obviously you know now that I'm taking the last 1/3 of the batter and I'm covering the second layer of donut holes. So you're not going to see them. It's just going to look like batter on the top. And that's pretty easy, right? That's what I call my hack because I didn't have to bake those donut holes. But if you want to bake them, feel free to do that. I'm just a little lazy today and I wanted to show you an easy way to do it. Now this is my patriotic version of it. If you wanted to, can do this in other colors. You know how they sell these cake mixes in every color. There's a beautiful like ocean blue, they have hot pink, they have all colors. So you can really make the cake. You don't have to use red velvet. You can make the cake in any color you want and have your polka dots in any color you want. So you can have pink and blue, you know, you can have any version of it.
What about green and white for St. Patrick's Day?
That's right, green and white for St. Patrick's Day. You can do red and white or red and pink for Valentine's Day. I think I probably put a little less of the 1/3 on my second layer, but I don't think it should make any difference. Okay. That's good. Always going to leave a little tiny bit in the bowl for the Diva to lick the bowl. All right, I'm just going to tap this a little bit. It just gets the air bubbles out of it. It's always a good idea to tap your cake like this, any cake you're making. Okay, just wipe this off the side there. All righty, now I don't want to give you the wrong instructions, but I did tell you I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to put the cake in the oven from anywhere from 45 to 55 minutes. And then you'll test it, you know, with a toothpick or a cake tester, and take it out when it's done. And I'll be back as soon as it's done. Bye-bye. I'm back. Okay, I baked the cake and it took exactly 45 minutes in the oven. I tested it and it was perfect. I took it out and I cooled it for 10 minutes on a cooling rack. And now I have it on this cake plate. Now, this recipe is easy. We all like easy. We're all busy. And every once in a while, you need something very easy. So we used our cake mix for the cake. And I did ice it with a can of Betty Crocker cream cheese icing. You can also use vanilla if you like. I just happen to like the cream cheese on the red velvet. And since we're calling this a patriotic polka dot cake, we're going to try to put a few polka dots on the top and let's see how it comes. I have about a 1 or maybe a 1.5 inch round cookie cutter here. This is a little bit of a hack. You can do this with any shape cookie cutter if you want to decorate your cakes. You're going to use a sanding sugar. Sanding sugar comes in all colors. It's very fine. Don't use your like nonpareils like this or the thick crystals. They won't really stay on the icing. So the sanding sugar comes in little bottles like this and it comes in all colors. So that's what I'm using today. So what you should be able to do is take your cookie cutter and gently place it in the icing where you want your design to be. Now I'm going to try the blue. I'm going to use a spoon and don't put a lot in. Just put a little bit in the circle, just so it covers the circle. If you put too much in, when you lift the cookie cutter, it's probably going to slide down and go all over the place. So I think I have enough in there now. Usually I'm not doing this on camera, but when you're doing it on camera, it's a little bit harder. You don't know what's going to happen when you take that cookie cutter out. So I think we're good here. Let's see what happens. I shouldn't be playing around with it in there, making little marks. That's something you don't want to do. Okay, let's see if it worked. I'm going to slowly take this out. Turn it a little bit, and there you have it. A beautiful little circle. I mean, a little bit might come out, and that's not a problem. You just take your knife, and you just gently wipe it away. So I'm going to put red and blue circles all over my cake. I don't know if you can see that one. That's just one. Once I get them all on there, it'll look beautiful. So I'm going to put a red one on next. Just take your cookie cutter. I really should have 2 cookie cutters because, you know, you do end up with the blue on it. So just wipe it off with a napkin or whatever. So I'm going to put this one over here. They might end up sliding down a little because the cake is on a slant. If you want to make sure that they don't, you can stay more towards the middle of the cake. I'm going to put a little red on here now. I think that's why we had a little bit slide off. Okay. And I'm going to take this cookie cutter off. And look at that. A perfect circle. So I'm going to continue doing my red and blue circles on the top of my cake, my polka dots, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes to show you what it looks like when it's all decorated and to slice a piece of it and see what surprise we have inside. Bye. Ta-da! So here we have it, our patriotic polka dot cake. What's left to do now but taste a piece of this yummy goodness? So let me get my knife and dig into this baby. Don't forget now, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, make a comment. This way I know that you saw me. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm almost at 500 subscribers, where I never thought I would be. To some of you, that's not a lot, but to me, that's a tremendous amount. So thank you. Welcome all my new subscribers, and hit that subscribe button and bing! Ring that bell next to it. So here we go. Let me take a little piece of this yummy deliciousness. Does that sound good, Tim?
Sure.
I'm sorry, cameraman. Yummy deliciousness?
Yes, Tim's on vacation.
All right, let me get a piece of this out. Always hate cutting out the first piece. It's always so hard. Whoops, hold on. Let me get this out of here so you can see it. Oh, I had a lot of crumbs. Lots of crumbs. Hold on. I don't know if you could see it, but we have our polka dot in the cake. And if I spin this around, as we cut it, you'll see all white polka dots inside that cake. So I hope you like the patriotic polka dot cake. And I hope you'll make it and give it a try. Everybody have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And what is left for me to say but toodles. Now I'm going to dig into this baby, right? Toodalicious. Bye.